Hi everyone, it's Emmanuel. Hi everyone, it's Emmanuel, and we are back at the 3-bedroom apartment. Currently we are doing the carpentry work for the apartment. We just finished the painting, that was about yesterday, and today we are progressing with the carpentry work. Come have a tour and see what we're up to. So if you remember the apartment the other day, I showed you where we are completing works on the apartment. And yeah, yesterday we bought this MDF and HDF. These boards are used to do the kitchen cabinets and wardrobes. There's one is called HDF. This one you see here is HDF. We have two of them. There's one of them inside, and this one is MDF. Basically, there's a difference to that, but I'll come to that later on. So this bench, working bench here, is used to saw the material. As you can see, that's a sawn full length basically. This is how it's progressing so far basically. This is the frame. The framing has been done so far for the kitchen. Same for that area as well. And I'll show you the rooms. So for the room as well, the framing is ongoing. I think for this one, the framing is complete, and the top one will go on as well. So just in case you missed it, this is the completed lounge, main lounge. And yeah, we've painted the burglaries as well. The color is like chocolate color. And just in case you missed it, because the last video I'd done, even though I showed part of it, the screening was still ongoing in the main video. So as I mentioned, I was going to tell you the difference between the HDF and the MDF. These two brighter ones you see are called HDF, and these ones you see that are more brownish are called MDF. HDF, it means high density fiberboard, while the MDF are moderate density fiberboards. The difference is in the compaction and in the manufacturing. This HDF you see is compacted more, towards making it to have a higher density, while the MDF is less compacted, which makes it to have a moderate density. Obviously, density is mass over volume, so basically higher density means higher weight, while moderate density means moderate weight. Basically, the high density fiberboard is more resistant to crack and water, that's moisture. So if you are working in a place that is moist, or a place that would possibly have water touch it, it's advisable for you to go with the HDF board, because it's much more stronger and much more durable. That's why in our own case, we are going to get all high density fiberboards, but we decided to get high density fiberboards for the kitchen, because the kitchen is always wet and there's chance of having water touch the boards. That's why we went with the high density fiberboards. Ideally, we would have gone with the high density all through, but because of the cost, we went for both of them, more like to be more efficient, because the MDF, you can use them for the rooms. If you won't have water go to the rooms, Obviously the quality is different, but as I mentioned, this is a commercial residential building. In other words, rental building. So that's why we are trying to be efficient with how we spend the money. Ideally, if this was a client's project, we'll go with maybe HDF all through. But because this is rental apartment, that's why we split it in between HDF and MDF, just to be efficient with our spending. Because for the rooms, obviously, ideally, we could have had HDF all through. But because in the kitchen, water is going to be a problem, so we went with HDF. And for the rooms, we used MDF. This is one thing you should know if you are concerned about the cost of material, because one of these boards, HDF boards, is about 19,500. So buying 10 of them automatically means almost 200,000. That's 195,000. But the MDF is about 16,500. So we used a mixture of both of them to serve our needs. I wouldn't say it's a bad design, it's just more like being efficient with our design, because as I mentioned, the building is a residential commercial property. Basically, it's a commercial property for income. So we are going to do it to a high quality, but we won't overly spend above the allocated budget for the renovation work. So that's why we are trying to be a bit efficient, in case you are concerned on why we are using MDF. MDF obviously is manufactured, it's a good quality as well, but obviously HDF is a higher quality and much more crack and water resistant. Obviously, if it weren't a qualitative material, we wouldn't buy it anyway in the first place. But we are just trying to be efficient with our budget. So that's it basically. The showers are currently mounted. We are going to mount water heater up there, but the shower has been done, and the sink. We are trying to get some things sorted for that WC. As you can see, the lobby as well has been repainted. When we are done with the whole works, we are going to do the final tour, and we are going to clean up everywhere basically. So this is basically where the cut the board is basically called a circular saw. I'll show you how it works basically. That's what you've got there, and it's connected to this point and is used to saw the full board. Yes, so that's how it's going so far. And this is the parlor area. In total, we bought 10 number of HDF and MDF board.